This is Good Morning Indiana, working for you.
Right now it's 6 on Good Morning Indiana.
That baby's got a fighting chance to grow up and just to have a life.
An infant dumped in a plastic bag on the side of the road. This morning we're hearing from the woman who police say saved the child's life.
Violence once again tears through the Circle City. We're live this morning with what police say happened.
A metal recycling facility plans to expand in one central Indiana community. Working for you, we're taking residents' concerns straight to company leaders.
Feeding your family can be tough sometimes. This morning we're highlighting a new option helping those on the east side get their necessary nutrition.
And they say if you build it, they will come. We're taking a look at a new concert pavilion being built in downtown Indianapolis.
All right, it is 6 o'clock in the morning. It is Thursday, October 17th. I want to thank you for waking up early with us here on Good Morning Indiana.
Good morning. I did not get the memo on the burgundy, so I feel a little loud this morning, but
you look good.
That's okay.
Yeah,
look
well,
right. Hey, good morning. Hey.
There's one more guy in the house who didn't get the memo either. That is our Todd Clausen. So we got the boys in blue, the gals in burgundy. It all worked out. And Todd, if people are heading out the door this morning, they're going to want to grab their coat no matter the color.
Yeah, that doesn't matter. You look stylish, Raphael. You're not necessarily loud. You're just stylish there here this morning. I like it. And you match the color blue for our frost advisory here in northern locations. Logansport over towards Peru into Hartford City and into Marion. Frost advisory is in effect until 9 o'clock this morning. It is not in effect here in the metro area. And the reason why, temperatures just running a few degrees cooler to the north. 38 right now in Indy. It's 37 in Logansport. It's 38 in Marion. So the temperatures have come up a little bit. So I think the best chance is some patchy frost out there this morning. But anyway you look at it, the jackets are needed as you walk out the door this Thursday morning. A lot less in the way of cloud cover here this morning, and with the sunshine right off the bat, once it comes up right around 8 o'clock, we'll see our temperatures moderate nice and quickly here today. We are up to about 52 degrees by the time we get to the noon hour. We'll talk about the rest of today coming up in just a few minutes, but at 6:02, let's get you updated on the roadways, Lauren.
All right, Todd, thanks so much. Here is a live look outside right now on the north side. Your commute on I-465 at Ditch Road. This is where we have that bridge work happening at Ditch Road, but below the bridge you can see interstate traffic is traveling up to speed. Great news as you're heading out the door. Let's plan out your commute though. Taking a look here at our traffic now map. Want to take it down to the south side and plan out your drive if you're taking State Road 37 northbound. Along this area, Smith Valley Road starting in Greenwood up to I-465, a 9-minute commute, so no delays. And for our folks like Raphael heading in from Franklin, State Road 44 here heading all the way up to downtown, I-70 at the north split. It is a 23-minute drive on I-65. No delays there for your commute. Of course, we'll continue to keep a close eye on things, though, and keep you updated.
Lauren, it was easy going northbound, southbound, not so well. We are now following breaking news into the RTV6 newsroom. We've learned that Congressman Elijah Cummings has died. Cummings was the chairman of the House Oversight Committee and Reform and played a key role in the Trump impeachment inquiry. The 68-year-old was a congressman from Maryland who represented much of Baltimore. His office announced his death this morning, saying that he passed away due to health complications. The time now is 6:03. Here back at home, the future of a newborn baby left in a plastic bag is forever changed by the woman who found her Tuesday morning in Seymour.
Now this morning we are hearing from the family who made that shocking discovery. Our Kelsey Anderson joins us live this morning. And Kelsey, we have since learned that baby wasn't just laying in plain sight.
Yeah, that's right, Meredith. According to Angela Butler, the woman who found the baby, she says that she was off the beaten path, kind of tucked under a tree in a Walmart bag. So take a look at this video. This is the area that the just hours old baby was found. Butler says she found the baby by chance when she was walking her dog on Tuesday morning. She tells RTV6 her dog was sniffing the area and became enamored with whatever was in that bag. And that's when Butler realized what exactly she saw.
Told my boys, I said, go with me to make sure that I'm seeing what I'm seeing. And we fixed it. I had Jesse pick it up, and sure enough, it was a little newborn baby wrapped up in a blanket. The blanket was covered his face and tied up in a Walmart, double knotted, tied up in a Walmart bag.
Butler and her son called 911 immediately. An emergency crews came and got the baby. Again, that baby is said to be doing well this morning. Now, the Seymour Police Department did interview someone that they were looking for. Not really a person of interest, just someone that they thought might be connected to the case. But we have not heard any updates from the Seymour Police Department since then. Reporting live, Kelsey Anderson, RTV6.
Kelsey, thank you for that update here at 6:04. It was a violent night here in Indianapolis as police were called out to multiple shootings all across our city. Our Alyssa Donovan is joining us live this morning from IMPD headquarters. And Alyssa, not good news for people here in Indianapolis today, but what do we need to know about these shootings?
So one thing that we should know is police say there's no threat to the public at this time, but they do say they are investigating 3 different shootings that happened in the span of just 2 hours across the Circle City. Just around 11 last night, officers were called to a liquor store at 30th and Capitol. Police say the 3 victims were sitting in a car in the parking lot when 2 people approached the vehicle on foot. Words were exchanged and the driver attempted to back out. That's when the 2 people who approached started shooting. Police say all 3 people inside of the car were shot, 2 of them multiple times. They were all taken to the hospital and one of the victims is in critical condition. Police are reviewing surveillance video of that incident. And just an hour and a half before that, police were called to Edgemere Court on the city's northeast side. When officers arrived, they found 1 adult man who was pronounced dead at the scene. And less than an hour earlier, 2 women were shot near 38th and Sherman. In total, 6 people were shot in the span of just 2 hours across the Circle City last night. Police are investigating all of these incidents. They have not released any suspect information in any of these cases yet. And they do ask if you have any information on any of these shootings, you should call Crime Stoppers at 262-TIPS. I'm Alyssa Donovan, RTV6.
Alyssa, thank you. The visitation will take place today for an Indiana State trooper who died in a crash while responding to a call Friday night. Visitation for 27-year-old trooper Peter Stephen will be at the Crossroads Community Church in Kokomo from 2 until 8 this evening. The funeral service is tomorrow morning at 11 inside the same church. Investigators say Stephen was responding to help another trooper when his patrol car veered off of Old State Road 25 in Tippecanoe County Friday night. Stephen was a 4-year veteran of the Indiana State Police Department. He leaves behind a wife and 5-month-old baby girl.
Time right now, 6:07 on your Thursday, and a proposal to expand a metal trading facility up in Madison County. It'll be discussed next week. But some of the people who live around that area are worried about the plan's impact on their health and safety, and so they reached out to us here at RTV6. Working for you, we reached out to Nuco company leaders. They say the new facility in Ingalls will allow them to melt, recycle, and repurpose aluminum. They say the impact to the environment will be minimal, but some neighbors, they're not so sure.
If it is dangerous, say so and tell us how they're going to guard against stuff like that. You know, don't act like it's not there.
So my kids play right here on the trampoline, and the building's supposed to literally go out there maybe like 500 feet.
Well, Nuco released a statement saying that it's committed to environmental safety and security. The Ingalls Board of Zoning Appeals will meet on Monday to talk about this proposal.
Getting enough food to eat seems like a simple enough thing, but if you can't get food for your family, it changes everything. Now residents on the Far East Side have a new option when it comes to getting the nutrition they require. The David Nolan Pantry of Hope at the Hope Center Indy is now open for business. Kroger has invested $15,000 to create the pantry. One worker we spoke with says you can sometimes take for granted having enough food, and working at this pantry has already taught her some lessons.
One of the women, when she very first got here, she really wanted some food. She saw food that we had on the table, and she started just pulling it, holding it under her arms. And I realized then that what food scarcity meant. For some of us, we have food all the time and we don't even think about it.
That new pantry, sponsored by Kroger, is on Brookville Road near South County Line Road.
Major changes are coming to a concert venue in downtown Indianapolis. The lawn at White River State Park will be getting some big upgrades. The lawn will get 3,000 permanent seats, replacing those folding chairs. There will still be lawn seating for another 4,000 500 people. The renovated venue will also get a permanent stage and permanent lighting. Crews will install 40 new restrooms on the south end of the lawn, which is next to the stage.
Indianapolis has become kind of known as one of the most walkable cities in America, and have this type of venue of this quality and to provide the diversity of shows and events that you're able to, and then to be able to walk to so many other experiences really is unique in the nation.
Go to a concert and you may see the governor. He may just pop up there in the lawn, or maybe there in one of the seats. Construction is set to finish in June of next year. That venue will also be available to host community events like graduations, community announcements, and performances.
Well, General Motors and the United Auto Workers Union have reached a deal. We're breaking down the details of that agreement that would send employees back to work. That's straight ahead here on Good Morning Indiana. Todd.
And Lauren, I think it's a pretty good bet. Once you get in your car here this morning, you'll be turning on the heat and cranking it up, as temperatures are currently in the 30s right now across most of the area, with the warming's about 40 degrees by the time we get to 9 a.m. with clear skies and patchy frost. We'll talk more about your extended forecast coming up when Good Morning Indiana continues. The time now is 6:10.
Get obsessed. Order online.
New developments in the GM UAW strike. Today is the day both sides have been hoping for, the possibility to strike a deal becoming a reality.
Matthew Smith from our sister station up in Detroit is outside of the GM Renaissance Center. And Matt, it sounds like there may be a deal.
Well, sources are telling us, yes, a possible deal is in place. And later this morning in the building you see right behind me, the GM Renaissance building in Detroit, well, membership will all gather from UAW, the top leaders, to look at that deal and decide what they do. Do they approve the plan? And if they do, does that mean the strike is over, or will they hit pause and go back to the members, meaning this would prolong the strike for another week or two? In the end, we've been talking to the folks that are on that picket line as it is day 32. They are hopeful, but cautious.
What the tentative agreement is, I can't speculate. I'm hoping for the best.
Cautious reaction from GM UAW workers. Today marking 32 days on the picket line. That's days and nights. Time that's lost more than $800 million collectively for the 46,000 workers across the U.S. on strike. That number, according to economists. They also say the cost for GM, $1.5 billion. Now a tentative deal. Sources telling us that deal comes with changes in wage, including 2 years with a 3% pay bump and 2 years of a 4% lump sum increase. The deal would also remove the $12,000 cap on profit sharing for employees. It'd have a signing bonus, making up for lost wages and then some. Then there's the temporary workers, thousands of them who had no path to full-time status or the same wages as the men and women working next to them. The deal is said to have a path to full-time status, taking 3 years to get there.
They should get signing bonuses and such, and that's a good thing. That's better than before. They got nothing.
So here we are, one of the longest strikes in recent memory for GM and UAW. 32 days that National Council prepared to meet in just a matter of hours here in Detroit. It will tell us a lot about 46,000 American employees and what their futures, at least their immediate futures, will hold. We're in Detroit. I'm Matthew Smith. I'll send it back to you.
The time now is 6:15. Time to talk about hiring Hoosiers, connecting you to jobs and job resources. So in exchange for work, of course, you want that paycheck. However, the benefits you receive as part of your employment are also very key. Our Hiring Hoosiers career coach details what you need to know when it comes to all of your benefits.
There's 6 things that you need to know about your benefits. You need to find out what is included in the benefit package, since it's health care, vision, dental, and prescriptions. You need to also ask about the salary. You need to dig for this because the employer will want to pay you as little as possible. So this is an important time when you need to know your worth. You need to do your homework, go to some online job search sites, Glassdoor, Salary.com, places like that, where you can know how much your job is worth. You also need to ask about vacation. Is it paid or unpaid? And what is this time policy? Can those days be rolled into the next year? You also want to talk about bonuses and promotions, and you need to find out what you need to do to be considered for a raise or promotion. Another thing that's important is education opportunities. What is their policy for continuing education? Do they pay tuition, and are they going to allow you time off for these classes? And lastly, how are these benefits presented? Is this in writing or in a contract? Most likely, it's not going to be during the first interview because you're going to be building relationships, making a good impression, and trying to sell what you have to offer. So maybe after a few interviews, or when maybe they start talking about contacting your references, starting dates, and paperwork, this is a good time to ask about those benefits. And remember, make sure you've done your homework and you know your salary worth. Be prepared to talk about your skills and strengths, know the role of your job, and give them a range that you are seeking.
Always know your worth. Thank you so much to our career coach, Nicole Korn, for more helpful advice from our Central 9 career coaches. You can go to our website, hiringhoosiers.com.
And here at 6:17, people as they're heading out to work, school, they're going to have to go into the back of the closet, grab those accessories. I don't think we've really needed them too much this year.
Yeah, Todd, should the kids be grabbing accessories such as mittens and hats quite yet, or are we there? Not quite there yet?
You know, especially if you have to be out for an extended period of time, potentially at the bus stop, you may want to have the hat and the gloves. Otherwise, a warmer coat probably could suffice here throughout the course of the morning hours. But as we work our way into the afternoon hours, we get the sunshine back. And as I've been saying all morning long, when you have the sunshine this time of year, it's a huge difference. Yesterday, if you remember back to that, we had the clouds, we had that wind, and you really needed to bundle up. But temperatures will start to warm here from today all the way into the weekend, where temperatures should be up in the 70s. So we're planning on a pretty nice weekend with just some minor rain chances on Saturday evening. More on that in just a second. But here is the winds. Again, they've come way down now to the northwest at 7 miles per hour. Yesterday, they were gusting up to 20 to 25 miles per hour. They were 9 miles per hour yesterday, or the last hour, and now they're down to 7 miles per hour. So we're in pretty good shape in that department. Obviously, the temperature is on the cool side this morning in the city. It's 36 in Crawfordsville, 37 in Bloomington, 38 is the current temperature in Tipton. But we'll start to moderate those temperatures pretty quickly. Yesterday, with the clouds and that stronger wind, we were not able to warm things at all throughout the course of the day. In fact, our high temperature yesterday checked in at 12:22 in the morning. So we're quiet with just some high thin clouds. I'll quickly point out, maybe if you have a flight to Boston, there's a big storm system here with not only rain, but a lot of wind. So there could be some delays in New England if your travel plans take you there. But the Midwest is nice and quiet, and that's in place for today and in the coming days as well. Hour by hour throughout the morning, we make the jump from 42 degrees at 9 a.m. up to 51 already by the noon hour with mostly sunny skies, 55 by 2 p.m. Then high temperatures this afternoon should get up to right around 57 degrees. So nice and pleasant this afternoon, even though those temperatures will be a little bit below normal for this time of year. Then this evening, you need the jacket. Obviously, as the sun sets, temperatures will cool off into the 40s, and tomorrow morning, 32 to 37. So as we end the work week tomorrow, last day of school for the kids, potentially the coldest morning that we'll have throughout the entire week. But going forward in this forecast, tomorrow we're up to 62 degrees with mostly sunny skies. As we work our way into Saturday, we're up to 70 degrees, and Saturday is the day that we enter that stray shower chance. Most of the day, lots of sunshine. You're heading to the apple orchard, the pumpkin patch, hayride across central Indiana with the family. You're in great shape. It's the evening hours that a front will approach, and that'll bring in the chance of maybe a stray shower. And then there could be some spotty showers late on Sunday at 72. But both days this weekend, there is a lot of sunshine and dry hours mixed in. The better rain chances will be Monday and Tuesday of next week as a stronger storm system heads our way. Lauren?
All right, Todd, thanks so much. We are keeping a close eye on traffic as you're heading out to work or school this morning. And I want to take you up here to the northwest side where we just got word of a crash. This is blocking the right lane of northbound Georgetown Road near 52nd Street. No injuries to report at this time. This is a crash we'll continue to monitor. But overall around the metro area, everything is looking pretty good and traveling up to speed.
And next on Good Morning Indiana, a family in Georgia welcoming twin girls into the world. Ahead in our Trending 6, the reason the person who helped deliver them was just as special. That story, much more, next, right here on GMI.
2019 Rogue.
And welcome back. Time right now is 6:23 here in Good Morning Indiana.
And that means it's time for the Trending 6.
So let's get started. Lego fans will get to learn about life on Earth millions of years ago. The company just released a 910-piece dinosaur fossil set. Don't forget those 10 pieces, right? Just 10 pieces. This set lets you build 3 dinosaur skeleton models. The models come with display stands so you can set them up on ferocious poses. The set hits store shelves November the 1st. Don't lose those 10 pieces.
And don't let that fall off a shelf because that's 910 pieces you'll have to pick up off the floor. Who lives in a pineapple under the sea? SpongeBob SquarePants, of course, and soon Bikini Bottom will be right on your feet. Basketball player Kyrie Irving loves the series, so he partnered with Nike and Nickelodeon to create the shoes. The shoes originally sold out back in August, but they will hit the Nike app at 10 this morning for a limited release, so make sure you don't miss it.
Those shoes are as loud as my jacket this morning. What do you think?
Those will look great with
We gotta get you them then.
All right, guys, look at this. In this yoga class, instead of calming down, students, they're getting fired up. It's called Rage Yoga. This Kansas City instructor incorporates beer, heavy metal, cursing, and a cathartic hand gesture. She says students' mental health is as critical as their physical well-being, and she says students are loving it.
Wow.
Sign me up.
Okay, well, what else can you say? So just imagine being right there. Being a passenger on this cruise ship in Greece is a breathtaking view, as you can see, but it's also a very narrow fit. You could almost touch the walls of those rocks of that canal. Last week, the MS Braemar became the largest ship to ever pass through the Corinth Canal. The canal is just 79 feet across, and the ship is 74 feet wide. It got through.
Sign me up for that, too, as long as I'm not behind the steering wheel.
Right?
That's not the right word for a boat, I know. A Utah police officer rescues a stranded driver from train tracks with mere seconds to spare. The driver suffered a medical emergency, causing him to veer onto the tracks and lose consciousness. The 20-year-old man was not injured. That officer is a Marine veteran with 2 years of service with the Highway Patrol. Right place at the right time.
Well, I know you guys saw this on your news feed. Identical twin newborns in Georgia welcomed into the world by identical twin nurses.
Wow.
The baby's father says he was really nervous going into the delivery room, but when he heard there would be twin nurses assisting with the birth, well, it relaxed him a little bit. The babies, they're doing well, and they are scheduled to go home today, and their mother also works at the hospital.
Wow.
I love how that
very
calmed him down. Sometimes you say they did okay, and they're living and well, so this is going to be okay, too.
Oh, very cute.
Very cute, too. All right, we do want to talk about the weather today because people are going to be saying it's chilly out there, Todd.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about looking real cute this morning. Just bundle up. That's my best advice. But of course, you can bundle up and look cute, I guess, at the same time, right? As temperatures are in the 30s for everybody. But we'll warm quickly once the sun does come up. That's the difference between today and yesterday. As by the time we get to the noon hour, we're up to 51 degrees. And then we'll continue to warm from there into the 50s for most of us. A few 60s possible in southern locations here throughout the day today with mostly sunny skies. But today is around 57. Tomorrow we're in the 60s, 70s by the weekend. More on that coming up in the next half hour.
Next at 6:30, parents on the west side say that it's unsafe for their students to walk to school. Ahead on Good Morning Indiana, what they say needs to be done to make things safer. That, weather, traffic, and more news next, right here on GMI.
Toyota, let's go places. This is Good Morning Indiana, working for you.
I'm Alyssa Donovan, live outside IMPD headquarters, where police are investigating multiple shootings from overnight. Coming up, I'll have the latest. Overnight, coming up, I'll have the latest.
Go.
I'm Kelsey Anderson. The woman who rescued an infant hidden under a tree speaks to us. We'll have that coming up.
And now at 6:30, we begin with some breaking news. The death of Maryland Congressman Elijah Cummings. Now, this is key because the Democratic congressman not only represented Maryland, and which covered much of Baltimore since 1996. His office announced his death in the statement this morning, saying that he passed away due to long-term health complications. Now, Cummings was the chairman of the House Committee on Oversight and Reform and would have played a key role in the impeachment investigation against President Trump. We'll have more information on this story as it comes into the RTV6 newsroom.
But here at 6:31, we do want to welcome you into Good Morning, Indiana. Thanks for waking up early with us on your Thursday.
Yeah, and it is a cold morning out there, Todd, as kids start to head to the bus stop. They might need to be bundled up a bit.
Yeah, I would suggest that. And as the adults take them either to the bus stop or get in their car, the heaters will be going this morning. I know I turned mine on, and that doesn't happen too often. I still haven't turned the heat on in my house yet, though, for this season. But there is a frost advisory that is in place this morning across northern counties here. But honestly, everybody's dealing with temperatures that are in the upper 30s right now across the area. So everybody's kind of in the same air mass in that 35 to 37 degree range this morning. So you definitely need at least the medium weight jacket as you walk out the door here this morning. And unlike yesterday, you'll need the sunglasses from start to finish throughout the day today, as we're going to have mostly sunny skies. You do not have to worry about the umbrellas. Some of you may need the hat and gloves, but I didn't check that off here this morning as a necessity. As far as the cloud cover goes, there's some high thin clouds out there, but no precipitation, so your morning commute will be completely dry. And the one thing you'll notice with the sunshine this morning is the temperatures will warm fairly quickly. We'll be in the 40s through about 11 a.m. By the noon hour, we make the jump into the 50s, and then we'll continue to warm from that point forward. We'll talk more about that and also look ahead to your Friday forecast in just a few minutes. Lauren.
All right, Todd, thanks so much. Here's a look at your traffic right now as you're heading out the door to kick off your Thursday. North side drivers, here's a look at I-465 near Ditch Road. We know we have bridge work going on in this area, but right now the interstate below the bridge looking pretty good. Everything's traveling up to speed, both eastbound and westbound. Picking up this morning. We'll keep an eye out for things and keep you updated on any delays. Well, this morning, Metro Police, they've got their hands full as they investigate another violent night right here in the Circle City.
Officers were called to shootings across the city that left 6 people with gunshot wounds. Our Alyssa Donovan is live this morning at IMPD headquarters. Alyssa, what do we know about this string of shootings?
So what we know right now is that police are investigating 3 different shootings, and they happened in the span of just 2 hours overnight last night between 9 and 11 p.m. Just before 11 last night, officers were called to a liquor store at 30th and Capitol. Police say the 3 victims there were sitting in a car in the parking lot when 2 people approached the vehicle on foot. Words were exchanged, and the driver attempted to back out. That's when the 2 people who approached started shooting. Police say all 3 people in the car were shot. 2 of them were shot multiple times. They were all taken to the hospital, and one of the victims is in critical condition. Police are reviewing surveillance video of that incident. Just an hour and a half before that, police were called to Edgemere Court on the city's northeast side. When officers arrived, they found one adult man who was pronounced dead at the scene. And less than an hour earlier, 2 women were shot near 38th and Sherman. In total, 6 people were shot across the Circle City last night in the span of just 2 hours. And police are investigating all of those incidents. They have not released any suspect information on any of these cases yet. As soon as we get that, of course, we will send that on to you. If you have any information on any of these shootings, you're asked to call Crime Stoppers at 262-TIPS. Reporting live, Alyssa Donovan, RTV6.
The time now is 6:34. The future of a new born baby left in a plastic bag is forever changed by the woman who found her Tuesday morning in Seymour. And this morning we're hearing from the family who made that shocking discovery. RTV6's Kelsey Anderson joins us live this morning. And Kelsey, do you have any condition on that baby this morning?
Well, Raphael, yeah, we do know that that baby is doing well this morning, and that's all thanks to Angela Butler and her son, Jesse Milligan. Take a look at this video. This is the area that just hours old baby was found, and as you can see, it's away from the road, and Butler tells us the baby was sort of tucked under the tree. She says she found the baby by chance when she was walking her dog Tuesday morning. She tells RTV6 her dog was sniffing and became enamored with whatever was in that bag, and that's when Butler realized what exactly she was seeing and went to get her son for help.
There's a little bag over there, and I see a little footprint pop out. I pick it up and I untie it, and there's a little blanket covering its face. I pull it out. I'm holding this baby in a plastic bag just back there.
Butler and her son called 911 immediately. An emergency crews came and got the baby. Again, she is said to be doing well this morning. Now, the Seymour Police Department did make contact with someone they were looking for. They said this person wasn't a person of interest, just someone they wanted to talk to in relation to this case. Now, we haven't heard any update from that police department this morning on whether any arrests or connections have been made. Reporting live, Kelsey Anderson, RTV6.
Kelsey, thank you. Investigators are still trying to figure out what caused a late-night apartment fire in Lawrence. The massive fire started around 8 at the Mason Gardens Apartments near 42nd and Post. Several people called 911 to say flames were coming from the roof. 3 firefighters were injured. They have all since been released from the hospital. A woman was also reported missing during the fire. She has since been safely located. At least 8 families are impacted by the fire. At 6:36, almost 7,000 Hoosiers who are striking GM plants will remain on the picket lines at least for a few more days, though their walkout could be coming to an end.
This was breaking news on the news at noon yesterday. Yesterday, the United Auto Workers Union, they announced a tentative deal with GM to end that month-long strike. The deal coming as the walkout by more than 49,000 workers was starting to impact GM's bottom line.
So what happens next here? Well, we know union committees, they're going to vote on that agreement. And if it's approved, the full union membership will then take a vote. Outside of the GM plant up in Kokomo, the workers there were thankful for the support that they got from that community.
We've had tons and tons of support from local Kokomo, businesses, and believe me, they're going to be patronized after this is all said and done. Just not even 20 minutes ago, we had 2 pizzas come from Pizza Junkies, and they're every day, regular, every day, all the shifts.
So this proposed contract is for 4 years, but other details have not been released yet. If the deal is approved, the UAW will turn its attention to new contracts for workers at Ford and Fiat Chrysler plants, using this GM deal as a template.
Visitation will take place today for an Indiana State trooper who died in a crash while responding to a call Friday night. Visitation for 27-year-old Trooper Peter Stephen will be at Crossroads Community Church in Kokomo from 2 until 8 this evening. A funeral service will be tomorrow at 11 a.m. inside the same church. Investigators say Stephen was responding to help another trooper when his patrol car veered off of Old State Road 25 in Tippecanoe County Friday night. Stephen was a 4-year veteran of the Indiana State Police Department. He leaves behind a wife and 5-month-old baby girl.
One of the biggest high schools in Indiana does not have sidewalks in front of it, and now parents are making a push to change that.
Someone's going to be killed. On 10th Street specifically, there are several apartment complexes where students, children, families cross directly across the street jaywalking, which isn't ideal, but just trying to get to groceries or convenience stores. And we have the same issue here on Girls School Road where people are crossing where they can, as safely as they can, but it's a big risk.
Jennifer Witt lives right across from Ben Davis High School. There are no sidewalks along Girls School Road right in front of the school. She's trying to raise awareness about the dangers of walking in that area. Working for you, RTV6 took the issue to Councilor Jared Evans, who has successfully pushed for other sidewalk projects on the west side.
One of the things that we are looking at doing is a Girls School Road project, and that's a reconstruction and adding a sidewalk. Currently, that is projected to go from Perimeter Road to Rockville Road. However, State Representative Carly Macer and I are both working with the city to extend that further up to 10th Street.
We went further. We talked as well to the Department of Public Works. DPW says it shares the community's concerns, and Girls School Road from 10th to 21st Street is already identified as needing a sidewalk. But right now, the city does not have the funding to get that project underway.
Well, the case could go to jury as soon as tomorrow. Next year on RTV6, the latest from the courtroom as the trial for a woman accused of killing 3 siblings at a school bus stop continues.
And do you use your Amazon Prime membership to stream TV and movies? Just ahead in our Don't Waste Your Money segment, the reason some are calling the service a giant bait and switch. Todd.
As you walk out the door this morning, I guarantee you are going to need to have the jacket as temperatures have fallen back down into the upper 30s in most locations. The good news is once the sun comes up, we'll start to warm. 50 degrees already by 11 a.m. We'll talk about the rest of the day and your weekend coming up in Maine weather in just a few minutes. The time now is 6:40. You're watching Good Morning Indiana right here on RTV6.
My spirit connects with that.
Welcome back to Good Morning Indiana, 6:42 on your Thursday, and we're keeping a close eye on traffic. Here's a live look on the northwest side, I-65 near Lafayette Road. No problems on the interstate here, but just a little north of this area. We do have one right lane blocked on Georgetown Road near 52nd Street for a crash cleanup. No injuries to report. We'll continue to keep a close eye on things, though, throughout the morning and keep you updated. A trial continues up in Fulton County today over the crash that killed 3 siblings at their school bus stop. And we know that trial could go to jury as soon as tomorrow.
Alyssa Shepard faces several charges in a crash that killed 3 siblings at their bus stop in Rochester. It happened almost 1 year ago. 7 witnesses took the stand on Wednesday, including the mother of the victims. She testified about the moment she saw her 2 sons lying in the road and her daughter in a ditch. Defense attorneys did not question her.
The time now is 6:43. You have a chance to make sure that your driver's license or state ID card is fully up to date, and it needs to be if you want to fly anywhere, unless you have a passport. So if you don't have a star in the corner of your license or ID, you need to act soon. Today and tomorrow, Indianapolis International Airport is partnering with the BMV to host a Real ID event. And that deadline to get a Real ID is October the 1st of 2020. If you plan to go to the Real ID event at the airport, you're being asked to please sign up first online. And before you head to the airport or to BMV to get a Real ID, you need to gather your documents. And those documents need to prove your identity, including your name, your date of birth, as well as your social security number. You must also have documents that prove your Indiana residency and your legal status here in the United States.
Today is your last chance to get a free Pacers flag ahead of next week's season opener. The team is giving away flags from 11 to 1 in the entry pavilion at Bankers Life Fieldhouse. The giveaway started yesterday. The team hopes to see blue and gold across the city in celebration of the upcoming season.
Put a flag out, put it in your window, put it in your yard, show your pride as we gear up for next Wednesday.
That's opening night against the Pistons. Ahead of the game, there will be a party outside Bankers Life and a concert on Georgia Street. Now, Todd, if people are hanging up their flags today, is it going to be windy? Are they going to be getting that flag in their face?
You know, yesterday the flags would be fully extended. Today the winds have calmed, which is good news. So they will not be as fully extended, and that's better news because you will not have that chill in the air like we had yesterday. So we're still a little over an hour away from sunrise, but you can see the sky starting to brighten just a little bit, and we're dealing with partly cloudy skies this morning, but with the clouds breaking apart, temperatures have dropped into the 30s in almost all locations. 38 right now is the current temperature in Indy. There's that wind still out of the west-northwest, which is a chilly wind direction, but it's calmed down. It's only 7 miles per hour right now, and here are the other temperatures across the area. A little more in the way of cloud cover up towards Muncie and into the Tipton area, so you're at 42 and 39 respectively. It's 37 with clear skies in Bloomington. Crawfordsville, you're also at 37 degrees. So it's kind of a cool morning to get out there and walk the dog, but our featured dog of the day here is Max. And Max, he's got his glasses on. He was prepared for the wind yesterday, and he'll be prepared for the sunshine here today. And thanks to Jennifer for sending Max in to us. And you can send your pictures to my Facebook page, Todd Clausen, RTV6. And you just got to be patient with me. I have a lot in the queue, but we'll get to your pet here throughout the next few weeks, and we'll give you green pause for the dog walking forecast, as we'll have lots of sunshine today. Notice the temperature trend. By the time we get to the noon hour, 51 degrees, and then by 4 p.m. up to 57 degrees. That will be our high temperature for the day today. So here's that high thin cloud cover. No precipitation this morning. We're completely dry. That is the good news. Big storm system in New England. No, if your travel plans take you that way, there could be some flight delays with a lot of wind and also that heavy rain, but back off to our west, there's really not a whole lot going on. So this evening, once the sun sets, which is just after 7 o'clock, you'll see the temperatures cool down pretty quickly across the area, back into the mid 40s by the time we get to 11 p.m. With that clear sky. And then overnight tonight, probably another couple degrees cooler tomorrow morning than what we're experiencing outside right now. 33 tomorrow in Peru, 35 in Bloomington, about down to 37 degrees again here in the city. But tomorrow is going to be a little bit warmer. We start to turn those winds a little more southerly, and that bumps the temperature up up a couple degrees in the afternoon hours into the low 60s with a good amount of sunshine. And then as we look ahead to tomorrow evening, hard to believe the last week of the regular season for high school football, but we're ending, at least weather-wise, on a good note. About 55 degrees when a lot of those games kick, and then temperatures falling into the 40s. And then for the weekend, temperatures actually get up into the 70s. Now, there is some small rain chances in the forecast Saturday evening as a front approaches. If anything, it's very light, it's very spotty. And there's lots of sunshine both Saturday and Sunday, and great opportunity for you to get out and about with the family, do those fall festivities with mild temperatures in place with highs in the 70s. The better chance of rain will come in here Monday and Tuesday, and we could be talking about maybe Monday evening of some stronger storms across the area. Lauren?
All right, Todd, thank you so much. We are monitoring 2 crashes right now for your morning drive. Taking a look over here to the northwest, we do have the right lane blocked on northbound Georgetown Road for a crash cleanup. This one's near 52nd Street, so use caution in that area. Looking a little east of that crash, we do have another wreck here. This one's at 56th Street and North Meridian Street. Might slow you down just a little bit. We'll continue to keep a close eye out for any delays, but look at the interstates. Green looking good at this hour.
If you're an Amazon Prime customer, you have access to Amazon Prime Video, which should means you get a lot of TVs and movies, right?
You should hope so, right? But you might think so of that, but a new report is calling it a big bait and switch. Consumer reporter John Matteries tells us why you don't want to do this so you don't waste your money.
If you're an Amazon Prime customer, you have access to Amazon Prime Video, which should mean you get lots of TV shows and movies, right? Well, a new report is calling it a big bait and switch. The report in Fast Company magazine says Amazon Prime Video is confusing its customers with bait and switch tactics. It cites a new study that found 30% of the most popular videos on Amazon Prime are not included with your membership. Many customers assume that since they're paying for Amazon Prime, they get movies free, but not necessarily. The report claims 28 out of the top 100 movie titles on Prime Video are not available to stream free of charge. Instead, you have to rent or buy them at a cost ranging from $4 to $25. This makes Amazon Prime Video very different from Netflix, HBO, or the upcoming Disney Plus, because with those, once you pay your monthly fee, all movies are free. Amazon, though, says it offers plenty of free content and says most members are happy. As always, don't waste your money. Working for you, I'm John Matteries. Good morning, Indiana.
John, thank you. We'll see you tomorrow for more money-saving tips and ideas. Visit the money section of our website, theindychannel.com.
A dramatic rescue, all caught on camera. A trooper pulling a driver out of a car seconds before that vehicle slammed by a train. Coming up on Good Morning America today, we hear from the hero for the first time.
And it's Thursday, and that's the day we climb into the time machine. Coming up, a legendary concert in Indianapolis and a special interview that aired on RTV6 with the future king of pop. I cannot wait to see this, and you won't want to miss it either. We'll be right back.
ABC 1, 2, 3. Visit the Hiring Hoosiers job board.
Welcome back to Good Morning Indiana, 6:53, and here's a live look through the downtown area. I-65 at Washington Street. Traffic is picking up both northbound and southbound. Traveling smoothly. No crashes to report on your interstates around the metro area at this hour.
And he fails to get Dave Parker at second base, so the Oakland A's take.
I'll tell you what, we haven't heard.
Well, maybe you remember watching that on RTV6 30 years ago. California is launching a new earthquake warning system on the anniversary of that big quake that hit San Francisco. The magnitude 6.9 earthquake killed 68 people and injured 38 others. It hit during the live broadcast of the World Series game between the San Francisco Giants and the Oakland A's. The new statewide warning system will involve a smartphone app that will be released later today. It will be able to send alerts about earthquakes before people can feel them. It is time once again to jump into the time machine for Throwback Thursday, and it was almost exactly 40 years ago that the old Market Square Arena saw a very special homecoming.
So October 19, 1979, the Jacksons made a triumphant return to Indianapolis. It was part of their Destiny World Tour, and RTV6 legend got inside to take a look at it.
Yeah, of course, who would have been? Derek Thomas.
Yeah.
He got to see one of the last performances by the brothers before Michael Jackson would just take over the world of pop pop music. The natives of Gary, Indiana were honored by Mayor Bill Hudnut at the time, who proclaimed that day Jackson Day in the city.
And once they took the stage in their sequined outfits and started laying down their funky groove, the fans went berserk, and it foreshadowed the reaction the King of Pop would get just a few years later.
How does it feel to be back in Indiana?
God, it's wonderful. This is our home.
What do you like best about it?
The people and the fact that it's our home and we're doing a concert and making people happy.
Michael Jackson continues to be the nucleus around which the group revolves. His stage presence and charisma is the cornerstone of their act. Mayor William Hudnut proclaimed yesterday Jackson Day, but their fans feel it's Jackson Day 365 days a year. Derek Thomas for the news, Channel 6.
I am jealous of Derek's assignment that day. Here's a little bit of a trivia, though, for you. That Indianapolis concert, it did not include Michael's brother, Jermaine Jackson.
What?
Yeah, he was one of the only Jacksons to remain with Motown Records when the rest of the brothers left the label in 1975. And that's because Jermaine had married the daughter of Motown founder, Berry Gordy.
You can see more of this story and all of our other Throwback Thursdays right now on the IndyChannel.com/history, as well as, that story with Michael Jackson was part of our 70th year anniversary special, which Derek Thomas, of course, longtime member of this news team, was highlighted. So, hey, good
Check
stuff.
that out. I'm going back to Indiana. All right, now I feel like I need to listen to all the Jackson 5 songs later
They get in your head, and you're gonna
They're good. They're just good toe tappers.
All right, outside right now, it's chilly start to our day with temperatures that are in the 30s. We'll warm up to about 57 for your afternoon high. Still below normal, but plenty of sunshine today. That is the good news in our forecast, at least compared to yesterday when it was cloudy and kind of windy. And then temperatures will continue to warm. Tomorrow, 63 degrees, up to near 70 on Saturday, low 70s for Sunday and Monday. The best chance of rain in this forecast is going to be on Monday and Tuesday of next week.
All right, Todd, thank you. And hey, thanks for joining us. We're back right here in 25 minutes and all throughout Good Morning America.
And don't forget, all your news throughout the day can be found on the RTV6 app. We hope you have a terrific Thursday. Thanks for watching Good Morning Indiana.
We'll see you tomorrow.